Well, I'll tell you what we did. We modeled. Not that kind of modeling, although I'm sure that's great too. No, this kind of modeling. Now, you may have heard scientists or engineers tell you, we built a model before, and maybe you didn't know what they meant by that. Consider this. When General Motors builds next year's great sport utility vehicle, very often they will sculpt a clay model of that car so that they can place it into a laboratory, a wind tunnel, and conduct experiments on it. How aerodynamic is it? What will the gas mileage be? Are there any strange noises that might be generated from the wind? Does this clay car have an engine in it? Does it have an AM/FM cassette stereo, leather interior seating? No. No, of course not. It doesn't need those things. It's not a car. It's a model of a car. A model represents only those essential features that are necessary so as to conduct experiments to achieve a greater understanding of the thing that is under investigation. It is a simplification of a car. We did this too, we hydrologists, but we have a bit of a harder time. Our subject of investigation is considerably larger than a car. It is the groundwater and hydrologic systems of north central and northern Arizona. It will not fit into any laboratory. And so we must model it to understand it. How did we do this? I can find no better encapsulation of what we did, I think, than the late, great Dr. Richard Feynman, one of the great science popularizers, theoretical physicists of the 20th century. He said, "This is the key of modern science and is the beginning of the true understanding of nature." This idea that to look at the thing, to record the details, and to hope that in the information thus obtained may lie a clue to one or another of a possible theoretical interpretations. It's only through such hard work that we can find out anything. And so for the last century, even more than that, the U.S. Geological Survey and other data collection agencies have recorded the details of water in north central and northern Arizona. Water levels in wells, hundreds of measurements across a century. Stream flow measurements, base flow measurements, thousands of them at dozens of stations. Precipitation, how much water is falling from the sky and reaching the ground. The character of the rocks and soil, how freely does the water move through those pore spaces in the rocks. We studied these things, we meticulously recorded the data and archived it. And then, recently, we stood back, squinted our eyes, looked at everything, and said, you know, we think we have enough data here to form a theoretical interpretation, a model. We built a model. Ours was not sculpted out of clay, it was sculpted out of ones and zeros, bits and bytes in a digital computer, but it serves the same purpose. It represents essential features of the hydrology, the groundwater and the surface water here in northern Arizona, so that we can conduct experiments on it. We call it the Northern Arizona Regional Groundwater Flow Model, or I may slip and call it NARGFM, its cute little acronym. We can take this thing, having constructed it using well-understood, non-up-for-debate principles of physics, how water flows in the ground, well-settled natural law, and we see that it explains the values that we see in the data and the patterns we see in the data. Thus constructed, we can take it, so to speak, into the laboratory, and we can conduct experiments on it. Of course, we are good scientists, we are diligent scientists, we always wear our safety goggles. And so this is what we did. And believe it or not, at this point, I've told you not only essentially what we did and how we did it, but also what we found. We built a model, and we found that humans have changed base flow in the Verde River, here in the Verde Valley of central Arizona.